Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, Adventure Destinations. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destinations and Thompson's Resort. Big Chief Meat Snacks, big taste, big adventure. Along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Living a dream, fishing the streams, fishing the wild.
She's getting a little western on the deck. Welcome to this week's episode of Fishing the Wild West TV. This week, we're back at Nordic Lodge on Reindeer Lake, south end of Reindeer Lake in northern Saskatchewan. We're back here for the amazing northern pike, lake trout, walleye fishing. We might even get a chance to hook into some Arctic grayling. However, we're really back here for the friendly family atmosphere that we experienced last year. With all the experiences of a fly-in fishing lodge, book your next trip at Nordic Lodge, south end of Reindeer Lake in northern Saskatchewan. He hit it twice. There he is again. There, got him on. We just stopped. We're on the way to one of George's northern pike spots. He said, this is great lake trout. So we stopped. We've literally trolled 2 minutes. We got one on. And that's the thing, like we just left camp this morning. You might start out going for lake trout or northern pike and stop for lake trout or vice versa. And there's even some walleye spots. And we're hoping to get a chance to go for some grayling. Weather pending. Give you a little slack, George. That's a pretty good one. Like literally we just stopped. We come from down that channel, come up here, there's a rock, the rock point here, sunken rock hump. George said there should be some lake trout here. 2 minutes of trolling, bang. So George just unhooked them for us. Just a number 2 Len Thompson lure. We're gonna get him back in because that's just the start. There's a lot more and a lot bigger in here. We just released, you just saw it. We just released it and we trolled about 25 feet and picked up another one. He feels about the same size. Probably 3 boat lengths. My lure just got down and bang. Yeah, you can really feel the head shakes. They're such a strong fish. And it's, well, I think it's Father's Day. So it's the 18th or 19th of June. And these lake trout, we're here, this is a little better one. We're here the 3rd week of June, and they're still quite shallow. We're trolling 12, 14 feet of water. Our lure's probably at 6 feet. We're hitting them. So there's another little bit better. We're gonna keep working our way up. But if we were stopping for a shore lunch, which we are later today, this would be a great lake trout short lunch. Sorry, Chuck. He was ready to go. This side of that rock island seems to be really producing. Man, they're strong. Look how far we are from shore. Like we're right there. Spitting distance from shore and we're picking them up. That's sunline braid, and I just got it down to a leader because like I said, we're on our way for pike, and it's 20-pound braid, good for lake trout, northern pike, everything we go for. We'll get him back in the water and go for some more. There we go. By the time George turns the boat and go, we'll have another one on.
This segment has been brought to you by Rock Guard, protect your investment, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
So we just come into another bay and deeper water, about eight feet of water here. So we tied on number 2 Len Thompsons, and we're casting out. We're actually along the shore here, casting to deep water, and we got a pretty good one on. George is just gearing up the net. Now he knows he's hooked. And it's early in the morning, so they're kind of quiet. They're kind of moving slow. So we've slowed our retrieve down and went deeper down to them with the heavier lures. I'll turn them to you, George. And give them a little slack. We'll get them out of the net and we'll show them to you. Nice, beautiful looking pike on the number 2 Len Thompson, sitting in about 8 feet of water instead of up shallow like they have been. Getting back in. And there he goes. We got one on, and it's not huge. Like, it's a great fish, but they're so thick in these bays. I had my lure hanging over the edge. I was talking with George, and that's when he hit it. And I'm glad I wasn't not paying attention with my hands on my rod. I would have lost it. So we're fighting a little wind. The wind comes up in the back bays, but one thing, everywhere I go, I learn from my guides. They're very experienced. Same here at Nordic Lodge. And George says he likes the rough water, and that's where the fish will be. And pretty much he's been right. But they're everywhere in here, and like I say, don't leave your lure hanging over the edge. We'll show him to you in a minute, the little lure thief. So we got him out of the net. This is a perfect size. This is an eater, and we're going for a shore lunch. So we're gonna enjoy this guy here on the beach. These are also a great size for taking home. But I'm gonna give you 2 tips. So I'm gonna put him in the tub, I'll give you 2 tips. So when you come to Nordic Lodge, 1, book a trip with Nordic Lodge. 2, whatever lure you're using, after you land a fish or you're having lunch, do not have it dangling over the edge, because a rod will quickly go missing. And I've even been in a couple bays where I was a little hesitant to wash my hands in the water. This water's just boiling with pike. There's one coming from the left. There he is. There is some real big fish in this bay. And the trouble we're having is we're casting our lure out, and the little pike are beating the big pike to it. And then you're getting 4 or 5 small ones. The water just boils every time you make a cast. And Charlie will hand me him. We're gonna keep this one for shore lunch. We're gonna talk about the shore lunch a little bit. Because pike have a bad name. You know, they can, and I agree, out of warm water, they can be fishy tasting, their meat can be soft, and a lot of people don't know how to debone them properly. George is gonna debone this for us and show us a shore lunch, because cold water northern pike deboned properly is absolutely amazing.
Wild Cookhouse is brought to you by Wild West Seasonings, home of award-winning seasonings, marinades, brines, and batters.
Like I said on the water, northern pike kind of gets a bad rap when it comes to eating. Lots of times they're caught out of central or southern lakes, and they can be warm and mushy. However, their biggest bad rap is the Y-bones. Northern Saskatchewan has cold water. Here at Nordic Lodge, their guides know how to fillet them properly, and it is cooked amazing. Out here on the shoreline, they can cook you northern pike and walleye side by side, and you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference. And that's what we're going to experience here today. A shore lunch at Nordic Lodge. You can catch all the big ones, catch all the small ones, but the ones that get talked about the most are the ones that join you for shore lunch. We're about to enjoy some northern pike, fillets, and potatoes cooked by our guide George here on Reindeer Lake, cooked to perfection with Wild West seasonings.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. This segment is brought to you by the City of Airdrie, big city amenities with that small town feel, and gill fishing, anywhere, all conditions.
Got one on. We're just casting up here to the rocks. We're casting for walleye. Just one of these back bays, back lakes, I guess, eh, George? And you'll notice I got a leader on because you can catch walleye and pike. A lot of hammer handle pike in here mixed in with the walleye. And there's some really good walleye, perfect eaters, fun to catch, and strong. Cold lake walleye are really strong, so they're a lot of fun to catch. Just a lot of fun, just great size, roughly 1.5 pounds, right up to 3 pounds. A lot of fun to catch, and we're even going to take a couple home here from Nordic Lodge. Just going to tighten up my drag a little bit. We also got a current coming through here, and like I said on the last one, walleye in cold water, like up here northern Saskatchewan, are extremely strong, and you'll notice the difference. And these pull. Oh, maybe I got a pike on there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's way over there. So maybe got a pike on. And again, that's why you put a leader on here. And he hit hard, but fought, like head shakes like a walleye. But we'll see what we got here shortly. Yeah, I'm almost guaranteeing that's a pike, but I think it's a good pike too, George.
Yeah.
They're all good pike. They're all good walleye, lake trout. If you get a chance, go for the grayling. They call them landlocked grayling. Now I only have 12-pound sunline on here. I got a good drag system, so I'm not worried about it, but I'm fighting the urge to tighten up my drag and get them in quicker. You just got to play them out. I guarantee you he wrecked my big bite bait. Yeah, he's a really big pike, like really big. Again, 12-pound line, great big pike. Not that long of a leader either. I got to keep him from rolling so he doesn't roll past the leader and cut my line. So just before this pike, we landed a good walleye. So I assume that's what he's eating too. Here you go, George. All right. I'm always nervous till I see him in the net. This is a huge northern pike when you're walleye fishing. I can't believe, holy moly. On a big sky jig, A big bite bait swimming minnow here at Nordic Lodge. That is a huge, huge female pike. Wow, that is awesome. We're gonna get her back in the water. I'm gonna have to go this way. Man, is she beautiful. Wow. We're gonna get her in the water. And there she goes under the boat. 12 pound sunline braid. I'll get this up here. 12 pound sunline braid, a big sky jig. She's got it all messed up. Big bite bait, swimming minnow, and Nordic Lodge. Make your dreams come true.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Whenever I'm fishing, whether it's out of my tracker boat or doing a fly-in fishing trip, I always take my Elite 28 hydrostatic inflatable PFD. Keep safety in mind whenever you're on the water and have a good quality PFD such as Mustang Survival PFDs.
Fishing the Wild West TV will be right back. This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
We're here today with Quentin Smith, otherwise known as the Bear Man here at Nordic Lodge. Quentin, you just came out of spring bear season. Matter of fact, last night was your last bear.
It was.
How was your season? How did it go?
We had a fantastic year. We had some great clients that come from all over, and just excellent success this year.
Now, you have what's known as a cast and blast here at Nordic Lodge. How does that work?
We do. It works out really cool. So it gives the clients and customers a chance to fish during the day. They'll go fishing in the mornings for a while, come back in, have a great big lunch, and then go out and bear hunt in the afternoon. So,
well, I'll attest to the great fishing and the great big lunches. So if you're confused between whether you want to go hunting or fishing, combine them both, a cast and blast here at Nordic Lodge. Whatever it is, he feels okay. Feels definitely not a 40-inch pike. We're in another pike bay, day 3, and we're just coming out to enjoy ourselves. And we were just trolling out of a pike bay here, but we saw lake trout scatter. And that's what we got. So it's just funny how lake trout like this will be in pike bays with huge northern pike in them. These are brave lake trout. You know, just crazy brave lake trout living in the pike bays. Gone. And if we troll out, always associated with rocks in some way, and you see along that edge, and all of a sudden we pick up a lake trout. You just saw us land that lake trout. I've made probably 2 or 3 casts, and I think I'm hooked into a pretty good northern pike. He's staying down, and usually those big pike, they just want to lay down or your line just leaves. But yeah, he's a good pike. Probably feeding on those lake trout. Just a great, and there's no end to them. There's hundreds. So just a great pike side by side with those lake trout. He's even got a wound on him. They just finished the spawn here, but it just goes to show you can go into any bay, catch lake trout, northern pike. He's just leaving now. And there's no end to them. I can't explain to you. There's hundreds, if not thousands. I wish you could be here with me right now, just experiencing the fishing, the beauty, camaraderie within camp. It's just incredible. This here, we've, same spot. I think we've hooked into a bigger fish. And there's some great fish in here. It's, we're here kind of end of June, and it's transition for the lake trout from shallow to deeper water. And yeah, we got another little bit better. Whoa, George, we missed him. Got him in there now. So here's a different coloration, more of your standard lake trout colors. Like what I was saying when I was fighting that fish, we're here third week of June, and the lake trout are going through a transition now. They're moving from shallow water, and I mean shallow. We caught one here this week in 2 feet. And starting to move out to deeper water to their summer holding ground. So depending where you come, or when you come here to Nordic Lodge, they're gonna find the lake trout. The guide's got their finger on the pulse of the lake trout, walleye, northern pike, and Arctic grayling. That's a wrap for this week's episode of Fish in the Wild West TV at Nordic Lodge on the south end of Reindeer Lake. Multiple species, knowledgeable guides, and incredible gear. If you liked what you've seen, follow us on social media or through the pages of Hook Magazine. I'm your host, Wes David, Fish in the Wild West TV.
What matters most is that I'm all alone. Living a dream, fishing the stream. Fishing the streams, living a dream. Living a dream, fishing the streams. Fishing the wild.